Hello everyone and welcome back to Rossi Mac Outdoors, and thank you for joining me on another wild camp. We're heading to the Lake District for a couple of nights, so what I'll do is we'll get on the road and I'll bring you back when we get there with some more details. Right then, so we just parked up at Seathwaite Farm. We're heading up towards, I think we're going to head towards Sprinkling Tarn. Once we get up there, we're going to have a little look around, see what the weather's like, see what the wind's like, and make a decision as to where we're going to stay for the first night. So yeah, let's get cracked on, and I'll bring you back in a little while. So I'm joined on this one by my mate Eddie, making his YouTube debut, so he's a little bit nervous.
Afternoon everyone.
Well, here we are then, we've just come across Stockley Bridge and turned right up a nice little steep section. Eddie just having a breather behind me there, but the views down into the valley are lovely. I mean, we've been lucky with the weather so far, no rain, there's a little bit of breeze about, but yeah, some stunning scenery, so we're just gonna have a breather and then we'll crack on. Just to show you, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You do get rainstorms and wind and all the rest of it. So I thought I'd show you this side of it, as well as the glamorous side. Well, here we are then, just reached Tarn. Not sure how much you'll be able to hear because it is quite windy up here. You can see the clouds up rolling in there. Beautiful spot. So what we're going to do is just have a quick breather, take some water on board, have a little bit of a snack before we carry on and head round towards Sprinkling Tarn. Well, we've reached the famous Skyhead stretcher box, so we'll now do a left here and head up that pathway there up towards Sprinkling Tarn. How happy he is. Here we go then. Sprinkling Tarn. What an absolute beautiful spot. You pan round. See Great End in the background there. Wow, what an absolute beast. Somewhere as beautiful as this still attracts absolute mindless idiots. I mean, there's no other words for them. I mean, you know, bottle caps on the floor, a barbecue. Why would you cart a barbecue all the way up here just to dump it? Tin foil, wood. I mean, look at this, it's absolutely stunning. And you've just got some absolute brain dead idiots. So we're just having a little chill out. Now we've got to Sprinkling Tarn, get the bags off the back for a bit, get the chair out, just have a chill out and a good look around. It's only just coming up to 3 o'clock, so it's too early to think about getting pitched yet. But we're going to get the bags off for a bit, get the chairs out, have a chill, bit of a wander around, and have a look and see if we can find somewhere to pitch up for tonight. So we've earmarked a nice flat pitch for the night. just over the back from Sprinkling Tarn, as it was a bit exposed with the wind picking up a bit. It might not look much, but literally, what, 30-second walk if that? Let me show you these views. Unbelievable, Jeff. Yeah, I'm certainly going to enjoy sitting here tonight and having a few cold ones. We're well off the beaten path, so even though it's only early, there's no harm in getting the tent up because there's no one around. So we can get a little bit of shelter, have some snapping, and then yeah, chill out for the night with a few cold ones. So for those of you who may not be familiar with this bit of kit, this is a Catadin B-free water filter. So it just comes with the nozzle and the bottle. Basically what that allows you to do is filter water from natural sources, whether that be from a river or a waterfall or something like a tarn, as we're going to in a moment at Sprinkling Tarn. Basically what that does is saves you from having to carry, you know, I mean, I'm going to filter a litre of water, just what I need for tonight, but you know, some of the camps that I've been on previously, I've taken 2 litres of water, so that saves you having to, you know, carry all that extra weight if you are, you know, heading out on an extended trip. They do sort of say to allow 1 kilogram for every litre of water that you're carrying. So for me, by not carrying 2 litres of water, that means that I can carry an extra 4 cans of beer.
Right, guys, when you're ready.
I've just got a 2 litre bottle here that I'm just going to decant from the B3 into here just for storage. Just so that'll do me for anything I need for tonight, for in the morning, and then probably for once we're out on a walk again tomorrow. Right then, that's the water sorted for tonight. I think it's time to get the tents pitched. So we've got the cloud peak pitched, looking good as always. Selection of the roof skis. And just to run you quickly through my setup, I'm sure a few of you will be aware of this by now. So I've got the Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite, a Mountain Warehouse Summit 250 sleeping bag, and a Tricology Aloft pillow. So Eddie's just finishing getting set up in his MSR Elixir 1. So what I'll do is once he's all squared away, I'll get him to give you a rundown of his sleeping system and the equipment that he's brought with him for this 2-nighter. Go on then Eddie, lads, talk us through your system.
Right. X-bed, flex mat. Very good. Then I've got X-bed, seat mat. Got Thermarest chorus. Good up to -6. Downfill, duvet. So the sleeping bag to duvet.
Lovely. And what's the pillow?
Sarah design. And we've got a Rab Mummy silk lining. It's probably a bit of overkill for tonight, but
better to be safe than sorry. Happy days. And here's tonight's lineup on the beers. So from left to right, we've got a rainbow sherbet sour, juicy grapefruit sour, Northern Monk Faith hazy pale ale, Jungle Trip New England pale ale, Buxton Brewery Kingslayer double IPA, and also from the Buxton Brewery a 50/50 IPA. Looking forward to getting stuck into these shortly. So Eddie had the first shout on the first beer, so we've got the Craft Siren Brew Pompel Marcello juicy grapefruit sour. It is sour, isn't it? Beautiful. It's tasty though, it's tasty. That and a nice warm day, it'd be lovely. Suited for a windy mountain walk. Yeah, it's alright that. It's just on to 7:30. I'm sure you can tell by my attire that it has dropped quite cold now, especially with that wind. We've had a couple of beers, chilled out, chatted some absolute broken biscuits, put the world to rights. So I think it's time to start thinking about getting some food on. So tonight's choice of meal is the chicken fajita with rice. So I've heard good things about this, so I waited for a special occasion. So dragged Eddie out with me, so I thought tonight would be that special occasion. So I'm going to have the chicken fajita with rice. What have you got, Eddie?
I'm on expedition food, Thai green curry.
Thai green curry.
With extras.
With extras. With extras. Sounds nice. So we'll get these boiled up and we'll bring you back in a bit to see what they've turned out like. Right then, it's time for some food. Let's get some water boiled. Nothing's changed there, same cook system. So I've got my MSR Pocket Rocket 2 and just some budget pans, like I said previously, that I've picked up off Amazon. Does the trick for me for what I need it for, just for boiling water. So got just shy of 300 ml of water here ready to go. Yeah, let's get that boiled up. There we go then, all boiled up. Let's get it chucked in. Like I've said previously, with these dehydrated meals, you need to make sure you get right into the bottom, into all them nooks and crannies, because otherwise you just end up with a crunchy, powdery meal. So give it a good stir. Make sure you get nice and deep into all them corners. Get it all stirred up, all mixed up. And get it sealed up again. So this one needs 8 minutes according to the instructions. I normally give them about 10. So whilst I'm using this to warm my hands up and warm my feet up as well, I'll end the video there and I'll bring you back in 10 minutes and we'll see how it tastes. Here we go then. So I've had 10 minutes keeping my hands warm with this lovely chicken fajita with rice pouch. So now it's time for the all-important taste test. If I can get it open. Looks tasty, plenty of peppers and sweet corn and stuff in there. That is really tasty. Like proper tasty, like actual, yeah, proper food. That rivals the tikka masala. Is it better than tikka masala? For me, probably not. Yeah. But that's got to be the second best dehydrated meal I've had. So when my next order goes in for 30 chicken tikkas, I'll probably order 30 chicken fajita with rices as well. How's your scran, Ed?
Lovely.
Yeah, enjoying that.
I put some peanuts and cashews in as well, spicy peanuts and cashews.
What a treat.
Just topping it off it.
Well, that's it then. All fed and watered. Food went down a right treat after a long day in the mountains. Just thought I'd pop out just to say goodnight just before I get ready for bed. Taking the last little bit of these views. Still very, very windy, as I'm sure you can hear. There is a bit of light drizzle falling, nothing too heavy. But like I say, gonna get ready for bed, get in the sleeping bag. Probably start editing the video, to be fair, ready for release hopefully some point at the start of next week. But I'm anticipating Eddie being awake at the crack of dawn in the morning and ready for another day of hitting some Wainwright. So unless anything interesting happens during the night, I'll speak to you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It's just gone 7 o'clock. Slept really well last night actually. Must have gone to sleep about 11:30, maybe just before midnight. Woke up once during the night, must have been about 2:45. We had a really sustained period of some high winds and some driving rain which woke me up. But I managed to get off pretty quickly after that.
and because of where we are, obviously tucked away off the beaten track, there's not really been any sort of noise this morning or anything to wake me up. So yeah, I've had a good night's sleep there, so I'm gonna get up, get a coffee on, have a little look outside and see what the weather's doing for today, and yeah, we'll have a look and make a decision on the plan for today. Cheers.
Well, back in the tent it is. Not sure if you can hear that outside, but yeah, it's decided it wants to rain, and there's absolutely no rain whatsoever in the forecast this morning, so looks like a bit of a lazy morning. Get some breakfast on and hopefully this weather clears up a bit so we can get out. Boiled up some water for this fire pot baked apple porridge breakfast. I've had that rehydrating for about 15 minutes now, so let's see how this is looking. I mean, it doesn't look great, let's be honest. I've seen this a few times after a night out, but never sort of contemplated eating it the morning after. Consistency wise, it is quite runny, so maybe I've put a little bit too much water in, but there's certainly plenty of apple in it, and you can taste the cinnamon. As you've probably seen on some of my other videos, I'm not really a big breakfast person, so I'll normally just grab like a breakfast bar or whatever before heading down, but because we've got a second day planned today and plenty of walking, you know, I thought it was important to make sure I got a good breakfast in, which is why I've gone for this fire pot porridge rather than just having a cereal bar this morning. But it's tasty enough, so I'll let you go here and I'll get this breakfast polished off. So because it is so wet outside, what I'm going to do is get as much squared away as possible while I'm inside the tent. So I'll pack away my sleeping bag, my sleeping pad, all my sleeping setup, anything that came out of the bag once I got the tent up. I'll get all that done whilst I'm still inside the tent. It's the beauty of the nature hike, because I can sit up in the tent and kneel up. I can get everything squared away whilst I'm still in the tent and dry. And the last thing I need to do once everything's packed up is just drop the tent, get that into a stuff sack and chucked in the bottom of my bag, ready to go. So here's where we were pitched last night. I was there, Eddie was there, and as always we make sure we leave no trace. We've done a sweep of the area to make sure there's no pegs or any little bits of litter lying around. Anything that we have generated last night, whether it be the dehydrated meal pouches or beer cans, we've made sure we've bagged up and we'll take them with us. So from a lovely, sunny, wet, rainy, miserable Sprinkling Tarn, I'm going to end it here for day one, and I'll bring you back for a brand new video for day two. So until day two comes out, take it easy.